All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. It is your buddy CJ here, and tonight we're talking about all things automotive industry, the car guy hobby, cars. You know, this is the place to be for all that real gearhead talk. Welcome back to all my subscribers. Listen, if you're new around here, we're car guys, we're gearheads from all walks of life talking about cars. Give me a like and subscribe. Hang out with your buddy CJ. Come on, let's get into this. Guys, going to be a real quick, short, to the point episode because you know we got to get right into this. Come on, cuz. Ferrari has a new car. And anytime Ferrari comes out with a new car, a new platform, it's news. It's news. Why? Because Ferrari is a major brand in the hobby. They're huge in motorsports, F1, okay? Legendary brand, even if you're not a huge fan of Ferrari for whatever reason. I'm talking to you Ford guys, Ford versus Ferrari. Anytime you bring up Ferrari to a Ford guy, they finna talk about the GT40 and about, you know, Ford versus Ferrari and how they kicked Ferrari's butt. Come on, Ford guys, that was years ago. We're sick of hearing about it. Come on, we're having fun tonight. But listen, guys, we're going to talk tonight about the new Ferrari 849 Testarossa. Are you kidding me? New model for 2027. I want to take a look at it with you, talk about some specs, and tell you what I think about it. But most importantly, I want to hear from you guys. Leave me those comments, and I want to have a little bit of fun. So come on, let's get right into it. Let's look at the new Ferrari 849 Testarossa. So what do you guys think? You know, I think it's kind of cool and interesting that Ferrari has revived the Testarossa badge with the new 849. What do we got here, guys? One thing that might be controversial, it is not a V12 like the previous Testarossa. So, you know, if you need a 12-cylinder Ferrari, you got to get like a 12-cylindry or an 812 or something like that, or go back and buy a 1980s Testarossa. The new 849 Testarossa is a plug-in hybrid with a twin-turbo V8. The V8 itself produces over 800 horsepower. All in with 3 electric motors and that twin-turbo V8. This thing's putting out 1,036 horsepower. Are you kidding me? This car replaces the SF90. Okay, so you're talking flagship supercar, high performance, exotic, sports car, premium experience coming out of Ferrari. Listen, performance is going to be ridiculous. What would we expect from an all-wheel drive, top of the mark sports car from Ferrari? You know, 0 to 60 is, you know, I think they're calling it 2.3 seconds. It's going to be close to 2 seconds. Ridiculous. Quarter mile, it's going to be just as fast as the SF90 or faster. Come on, what do you think? It's going to be in the mid nines, probably low nines. And this is going to be, I think, a 205 mile per hour car. EV range, who cares, is going to be about 16 miles. Guys, it's going to be available in a Cooper Spider. Now, the bad news. This car going to set you back, fellas. Get your checkbook ready because you're looking at somewhere around $540,000 US starting point, all the way up to $640,000 plus or minus, depending on how you configure your Ferrari 849 Testarossa. So $500,000 to $750,000 exotic supercar experience. Guys, what do you think about the new Ferrari 849 Testarossa? You know, guys, we're going to take a look at a couple of other views of the 849 Testarossa. And what I really want to talk about here is appearance, because let's just all agree that this is a ridiculous plug-in hybrid, 1,000 horsepower supercar from one of the premier performance brands across all decades, Ferrari. Okay? My question for you is there a view of this car that is beautiful? Is this a beautiful design, a la Ferrari 458, a la Ferrari 812? Or is this a shocking and striking design? I claim it's the latter. I can't find a view of this car that is beautiful. And that's not to say I don't like it. That's not to say I'm a hater, because I'm not. That's to say that Ferrari really shifted and went very progressive, edgy, you know, in the striking and shocking realm from an appearance standpoint with this car. And in my opinion, kind of got away from flowing lines of even like a Roma, right? Look at a Roma, which I do not think is a great design, but it is a very curvy, shapely design versus the 849 Testarossa. Let's take a look at a couple of other views together here, guys, shall we? And I want to hear from you. What do you think about the 849 Testarossa? Maybe an unpopular opinion. Tell me if I'm onto something here, guys. I think Ferrari took a page out of Lamborghini's book here and shifted from, their core competency of beautiful flowing lines and gorgeous designs to shocking and striking designs from an appearance standpoint. Of course, it's a Ferrari. Of course, the performance is off the chain. Of course, it's got that racing heritage and the prancing horse and all these things. All agreed, hands down. It's all of that, right? It is a Ferrari, after all, but it's not beautiful. I mean, look at this thing. Almost reminds me of like what Lamborghini did with the Temerario here, right? Where it's shocking, it's striking, but it's not beautiful. Tell me if you guys agree. Guys, I want to take a look at that interior. Let's take a look at the new 849 Testarossa interior. The interior of the 849 Testarossa looks like an incredibly cool place to be. You have made it in life if your view when you go out to start your car in the morning is this. If you're looking at the cockpit of an 849 Testarossa, God bless you. It's just must be an incredible feeling to be driving your new 849 Testarossa. We're talking about the future here because this car's coming out in 2027. But listen, if you're someone who's in the market for a $500,000 to $750,000 car, is this one the one to buy? You tell me. Are those sports seats or those track seats? See, these are the things I don't know. I didn't really go through the configurator. I'm a guy, whether it's in a supercar or an exotic car or a sports car, I still want comfy seats. I'm not a track guy. So if I bought this car, I'd still road trip it. I'd still go out on it for a weekend jaunt and want to drive it all day. The question is, are those seats comfortable? Ferraris in general, in my experience, I've driven a bunch of Ferraris over the years. Haven't owned one yet, but they're generally more comfortable than like a McLaren or a Lamborghini. I mean, and maybe you guys disagree with me. Leave me those comments. But I have generally found Ferraris to be, pretty comfortable. I'm around 6'1", 6'2" myself. I'm a bigger dude, bigger than many, maybe smaller than some as well. But I find Ferrari cockpits, Ferrari drivers' compartments to be quite comfortable, easy to get in and out of, etc. Pleasant places to be. The infotainment from like the Roma and the 296 have not done real well in the court of public opinion with owners and automotive enthusiasts. But, where will the 849 Testarossa come in? It's got that passenger side display. It's got a really cool progressive driver's display. Interested to see one of these in person and maybe come up with my own opinion on that. But we'll see if Ferrari has made some significant progress there, just around coming up with a design that's kind of pleasing to would-be consumers and owners. Guys, I want to go back in time. So I told you kind of some of my initial thoughts about this incredible new supercar from Ferrari coming out in 2027, the 849 Testarossa. Let's go back in time together, cuz. Come on. Let's take a look at a few other designs. It was a pretty gutsy move on the part of Ferrari to revive that Testarossa badge. I mean, look at this thing. The 250 Testarossa from Ferrari, an absolutely gorgeous design. Look at those flowing lines. Mamma mia, bellissimo. This is a beautiful car, right? Can we say the same for the 849 Testarossa? No, we can't. And I understand it's a whole other decade. It's a whole other millennium, right? But in all seriousness, Ferrari, known for beautiful flowing designs, your 849 Testarossa takes a page out of another book. She's shocking and striking. Probably not the most beautiful design from Ferrari. Let me know what you guys think. Guys, let's keep going. How about this? Come on now, guys. The 1984 design, the Ferrari Testarossa. Look at those side strakes. The car had a V12. So Ferrari bringing back the Testarossa 849 in 2027 with a twin turbo V8 plug-in hybrid, maybe a bit controversial, maybe too controversial for some of you guys. Tell me what you think. 1,000+ horsepower. This car back in the 80s sure as hell didn't have 1,000+ horsepower, but she had that V12 naturally aspirated manual transmission, 3 pedals. Are you kidding me? Which one would you rather have? Listen, it's apples to oranges in every sense of the word. But it is kind of interesting to know that this is an endearing, beloved design, the 80s Testarossa with those side strakes, the pop-up headlights, all those things indicative of the best of that era. Okay? Whereas the 849 Testarossa is pushing the envelope, fellas. Let me tell you something. 849 Testarossa pushing the envelope of design edginess and striking and shocking, you know? But does it have that beautiful aesthetic and that work of art aspect that we come to expect from Ferrari? I claim no, but I don't hate it. Okay? And I want to see one in person. How do you like that? But more importantly, I want to know what you guys think. Now, one more thing, guys. I got a question for you, and I need your honest answer. I need your honest answer here, guys. Is the 849 Testarossa with that progressive, edgy, shocking design set up to be the Mondial of the modern era? Hear me out. And I know this is funny, right? The Mondial was kind of the diluted version of the Ferrari coming out in the rad era in the 80s, right? It was this late 70s design in the 80s. And this was kind of the bargain, the entry level Ferrari, if there could be such a thing ever. But that's the Mondial, and was not beloved by collectors or enthusiasts for many years. I think only now are we seeing some love for the Mondial with this resurgence in interest in the 80s and 90s, right? But this car did not get a lot of love from anybody. And when you see a Mondial, you know, for a long time you would chuckle at a motoring event or at a car show, Cars and Coffee. It's like that's kind of the dark corner of Ferrari collecting, if you will. But no shade on Mondial owners. I'm just sharing my experience. But not a beloved design, not a beautiful design, okay? But something that does have sort of a cult following, dare I say, in 2025. And I think they're cool when I see them. But my question is, you know, this is not a beautiful car. So maybe we can draw somewhat of a comparison, even though it's apples to oranges from a performance standpoint. But Mondial? No, bellissimo. You know, is the 849 Testarossa bellissimo, to use a term from the Italians? You know, is it a beautiful car? And the answer is no, neither one of them. You guys tell me if my comparison is interesting or if you take exception with it. So, guys, I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes, talk a little bit about the new Ferrari 849 Testarossa. Listen, get those checkbooks ready, boys. Let me know. If you had the budget of 500K to 800K or 600K to 700K, would the Testarossa 849 be the one to buy in 2027? Would you save up for your 849 Testarossa in 2027? Or would you say, hey, CJ, no way, I'm going with a 458. I'm going with fill in the blank. Any other incredible, beautiful Ferrari, one of the V12 options, an 812, or maybe a 12 Cylindri, or something else, a 308. What would be your dream Ferrari? Is it this cutting edge, high tech, plug in hybrid, 1,000+ horsepower, face melting supercar, the 849 Testarossa, or is it something else, and why? I want to hear your comments, guys. Those are my thoughts on the 849 Testarossa. Interested to hear from you. So I'm going to keep this episode short and sweet. Guys, until I see you on the next one, you know your buddy CJ loves you. Be good, be safe. Peace.